Let's get into today's specific. Today we're going to look at the volume of cylinders. So what's the formula for the volume of cylinders? There you go, Travis. Look down on that sheet. It's right there.
Volume equals base times height, or pi r squared.
Yeah. Remember, big B does not mean base. It means area of the base. Okay? So if you see big B, don't see a base. You're going to confuse yourselves. So, and I wrote them right here. The formula is area of the base times height. Or, since all the bases are circles, the area of a circle is
Pi r squared.
So pi r squared times height. So we're going to round to the nearest tenth. How many digits is that? Yeah, it's decimal in 1 digit. Right? So let's do this first one. So what is the formula for the volume of a cylinder? What does volume equal? Pi r squared. And I'm going to go with that. Big B just means I've got to do it again, right? So let's fill in the parts that are in there. I would like you guys to write the formula each time. It helps. It'll get it in your mind. So volume equals pi. What do we know pi is? What? 3.14. Whoops. Times the radius squared. What's the radius? What do I show right here? Jason, what is this all the way across the circle? Is it radius? Does radius go all the way across, or does it start from the center point? Trayson, what is this right here?
That is, I don't know, so that is circumference?
Circumference is all the way around the circle. All right, you guys, write this down here. Circumference, right, that's around. Diameter, that's all the way through. And radius is half. Does that make sense? So we've got a diameter here, don't we? How do I find the radius of the diameter? You half it. So what's half of 10? 5. So 3.14 times 5 squared times, what's the height? What's the height? 6. All right, so type that in. .14 times 5 squared times 6. Do not blurt the answer. Jason, did you get it? What'd you get? 471. Does it come out completely clean? Okay, and then we add the unit of measurement, inches, and volume is always cubed. Trayson, did you get that? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's look at a second one. So again, what's the formula? What does volume equal? Trayson, what does volume equal?
Pi r squared.
Pi. Now come on, go all the way. Look, and it's right on the top of the sheet.
And then height.
Height. Remember, this right here is big B, isn't it? Yes? That's all we're doing, is we're breaking out the area of the base. So, what is pi? 3.14. You guys got to help Travis out. Don't make him do all the work. What's the radius? Elena, what's the radius of the base? Remember, on the cylinder, the base is always the circle. Is it 4? Is this the radius? It goes halfway, right, from the center out. That is the radius. What if it went all the way across? What would we call it? Got to give her some time for discovery there, sir.
I thought you were asking me.
Oh, look, I put a B again. I keep doing that. Times. What's the height of this?
Are you asking me?
Mm-hmm. Now, remember, a cylinder, the base is always the circle, so the other dimension is the height. So what's the height? Well, this is the base, right? You got that? This part here is the base. You agree? So what is this here? I can't hear you.
12.
12 is the height, right? In the case of a cylinder, the base is always the circle, and the other dimension is always height. So type that in. Did you get it, Elena? Travis, what'd you get?
602.9.
Now don't forget to add the measurement back. Feet, what? Cubed.
Yep.
Volume is always cubed. So there's our answer. Okay? Getting it? Am I going too fast? Let's look at number 3. It's a big flat disk. What's the formula for volume, Jason? Pi r squared height. And remember that in your thing, they're going to call this big B. So the area of a circle, so what's pi? 3.14. What is the radius of this cylinder? Huh?
11.
So 11 squared times, what's the height? 1.5. Solve that. What did you get, Jason? 569.9. Don't forget, you got to add on the unit of measurement. And what is it? Cubed. All right, so let's look at word problems. Here's the trick on these word problems. Draw the picture. Draw a model and it'll make your life easier. Does that make sense? Your model doesn't have to be good looking, it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be functional. So this one says a drum company advertises a snare drum that is 4 inches high and 12 inches in diameter. Find the volume of the drum to the nearest tenth, use 3.14 for pi. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw me a very good looking snare drum. Don't pick up my snare drum, y'all. Did y'all make a pretty drum? Is it work?
Yeah.
All right, Trayson. So give me the dimensions on this snare drum.
On the, like right on the side.
Mm-hmm.
4.
So it's 4 inches. And?
And in the middle of the 12.
Okay, is it middle to the out or all the way across?
Alright.
All the way across, because that's diameter, right? And these are all inches.
Yes.
Now I've got it. It's just the same as the problems above, isn't it? So, Trayson, what does volume equal?
Volume equals pi r squared.
So what's pi?
Times 3.14.
3.14. What's the radius of our drum?
It is 12.
12 is the diameter, right?
Oh, so yeah.
It goes. Radius, remember, is half a diameter. So what's half of 12?
6.
So 6 squared, right? What's the height of our drum?
4.
Okay. Type that in and solve it.
When does it say a holiday on the 8th?
Because I believe it's President's Day.
Isn't Monday on the 14th?
That's not a holiday.
Does it count the holiday?
No.
Okay. I am off the board.
Did everyone get that? Trayson, what'd you get?
452.1.
452.1. No, if it's 1/6, what is it?
Inches.
If it's 452.16, is that what you said?
Yes.
Well,
Then it would be 452.25.
yep. 452.2 what?
Or,
What's the measurement?
is it like squared or something?
No, what are we using as measurement?
Oh, inches.
So inches, and then what do we make them? Cubed.
Cube, yeah.
So that's volume. Volume is just make it a word problem, draw yourself a cylinder and label it. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be usable. Any questions? Good. I've got a lot of problems for you to do.